Welcome to the deep dive. Ever wonder how that initial, hey, I'm interested from a customer actually turns into a solid order?
It's a fundamental process, right?
Yeah, and today we're diving into exactly that, the standard sales quotation process. We're looking at it through the lens of SAP best practices.
Right. So the goal really is for you listening to get a quick, clear picture of how businesses handle those first customer requests efficiently.
Think of it as understanding that first kind of formal handshake in a deal.
Exactly. That moment, a potential buyer says, okay, tell me more about this product, the price, the details.
Okay, so step one is the customer reaching out,
Yeah.
that initial inquiry.
Yep. In SAP language, you might hear demande client.
Yeah.
Basically, the customer asks for a quote.
Just testing the waters, maybe asking how much, or can you send me the specs, that kind of thing.
Precisely. They're showing interest.
Mhm.
And the business needs to respond formally. That's where the offer client comes in.
The sales quotation.
Correct. The official offer. And usually there's a specific person, an administrateur de vente, a sales administrator, who creates this within the SAP system.
So they're the ones putting together the actual document, tailoring it.
Yeah, imagine them crafting this detailed proposal. It's not just a price, it's locking down the specifics for that particular customer request.
Okay, so what specifics are we talking about? Just the product and price?
Well, it's the product configuration, the exact quantity, a reliable delivery time, and yes, the agreed upon price, getting all that nailed down early.
So it's about clarity right from the start.
Absolutely crucial. It makes sure everyone, a business, the customer, is on the same page. Minimizes confusion, prevents disagreements later on. It's documented.
Got it. Okay, so the customer gets this formal quotation. What's next? Is it automatic?
Not quite. This is a key moment, the decision point. Does the customer accept accord du client, or do they reject it?
Rejet de l'offre client.
Right. They need to decide if it works for them.
Exactly. But why this formal step? Couldn't you just, verbally agree and create an order? Seems like extra work.
That's a fair question.
Mhm.
But the benefits, the advantages are really significant.
Okay, like what?
Like guaranteeing the customer gets exactly what was discussed, the specific product, the right amount, a delivery window they can count on, and that locked-in price.
Okay, so it provides certainty, builds trust, maybe?
Definitely. It's like getting a detailed written estimate before you commit to, say, a home renovation. You know what you're getting into.
Makes perfect sense, setting expectations clearly. So assuming the customer likes the offer and says, yes, what happens right after that?
Okay, if it's accepted, things move forward. The system kicks into gear to fulfill the promise.
Which involves?
Typically, the next big step is the création d'une commande client. So creating the actual sales order based on the quote.
Right, formalizing the commitment.
Then usually you'd see the création de la livraison,
Yeah.
that's setting up the delivery or shipment.
Getting the product moving.
And finally, création de la facture, generating the invoice, the bill.
Okay, so, quote, acceptance leads to order, then delivery, then invoice. Seems pretty linear.
When it's straightforward, yes. But there's often a nuance. Did you notice that split in the process flow diagram?
Yeah, the article commercializable, we know. Marketable article, yes or no? What's that about?
Well, this is interesting. The path forward can actually change depending on what was quoted.
How so?
Is it a standard item the company sells all the time, something they keep in stock? That's the we path.
Okay, so if it is a standard stock item,
Then the process often flows into something like gestion de commande client, vente sur stock, sales from stock. It's usually a simpler pick, pack, ship from the warehouse.
right, grab it off the shelf, and if it's not standard, the non-path.
Then it might trigger a different process, like fabrication à la commande avec configuration des produits à variante, point 27. Make to order with variant configuration.
Whoa, okay, so that implies maybe building it specifically or customizing it.
Exactly. A more complex fulfillment, perhaps involving manufacturing or specific assembly before it can ship.
It's clever how the system branches based on the product itself. But for today's deep dive, the real focus seems to be that initial quotation phase, right?
Precisely. The core thing to grasp is that first stage. The customer asks, the business provides a formal quote, the customer decides. That's the foundation.
It really sets the stage for everything that follows.
Absolutely. It's the